Hey, let's do this! Let's do this thing! Hey, what is crack-a-lackin'? My name is Kcstacielynn and welcome to Ask Kcstacielynn #1. This is my first Q&A. Thank you guys so much for giving me questions and everything. Now, how was your guys' Halloween? My Halloween was litty because I was Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. Roll the clip. It all started. With Final Fantasy X. Good times, good times. My uncle basically inspired me to play video games throughout my whole life. Before I started kindergarten and everything, I would always just hang around the house and I would always go to his room and watch him play video games, you know. And it was just so fascinating because it's like, dude, what are you playing? Like, the music is phenomenal. And I remember a Fleeting Dream was playing during one part of Final Fantasy X, and I was doing like this exotic dance to it, and then he just looked at me like, kid, what are you doing? That was the first, Final Fantasy I played, and like when I was playing it, like it was just so beautiful. Like I loved the voice acting, like the characters, it was so sad and everything. It was so amazing, and like it was like mind-boggling because I had never seen anything like this before in my life. Like the first video game that I actually played was The Sims, and I was just playing on the personal computer, just killing Sims, making babies, having fires, burglaries, all that crazy stuff. After I played X, I also played X2. I love X2. Like I remember when my uncle came, he came from GameStop, I think, and he showed me, that he got Final Fantasy X2. I was like, oh, that's so cool. So when I wanted to play it, I asked him. He told me I had to dance the intro for Final Fantasy X2. So of course I did it. It was so fun. It was just so iconic for me because it was all girls. And what really drew me in was the battle system with the dress spheres. This is so embarrassing, but when I first started playing X2, I was a kid. I really didn't know what I was doing, and I made Riku, Pain, and Yuna all thieves. And this was like the second mission. The second mission where you have to beat LeBlanc and her hose to the top of the freaking mountain.
It'll be 1,000 years before you can take on the mighty LeBlanc.
To get the dress spirit, but before that you had that boss battle and you had to fight that spider. Yeah, it was that mission. You had to be against the clock, right? So I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I was just so mesmerized by them changing the dress spirits, and there was different powers for everything. I made them into thieves without knowing, and I was wondering why everyone wasn't dying. Was dying, and I couldn't revive them because I used all my Phoenix Downs, and I wasn't beating the enemy. I remember, it was that enemy where it was that flying eye, and it gave you that big sap and stuff. It was dude. So I asked my uncle, I was like, what am I doing wrong? And then he had to change everything for me, and I eventually beat it, and then I continued and stuff. Good times. What made me a fan of the whole entire Final Fantasy series was definitely the music. That what drew me in. The only Final Fantasy games I played were X and X2 at the time, back when I was younger. And I took a break from Final Fantasy because I didn't know that they made more. And then I found out they made 12, and I was like, where the heck did this come from? I didn't play 12 yet, I will. I believe I was in 7th grade, right? And I was on my grandma's Galaxy phone, and you know, the first Galaxy, T-Mobile series, all that jazz. And I was downloading music on the phone, and I started downloading video game music, right? So I typed in Final Fantasy because I wanted to listen to Final Fantasy music. And then I saw Final Fantasy XIII. And I was like, wait a minute, what is this? What is XIII? So I googled it, it was 13. And I was like, what? They made 13 Final Fantasies? So of course I had to check it out. So I saw this theme song, one of these songs on the one of these music apps, and it said "Blinded by Light," right? So I decided to download it, and as soon as I heard the first few seconds, I was hooked. And then I was just like, oh my god, what is this? I need to get this game. So I googled what Final Fantasy 13 was, found out there's a female protagonist, and I'm like, where have I been? Where have I been? Because I've been basically, I missed out on so much gaming, it's ridiculous. Because I've been focusing more on The Sims and also the WWE games that I really haven't had a chance to play other variety of games, which sucks. But now that I'm older now, I want to play like some of the old games eventually. This was so funny. So I saved up my money because I wanted to buy the game and I wanted to buy the game guide for the game, right? So I went to GameStop after school. My grandma walked me to GameStop because it was right next to my school, technically next to my school, because my school was near the city and everything back in Philly. So I went there, and then the guy told me, you know the game guide costs more than the game. I'm like, dude, okay, so I'm a teenager, a very young teenager, but I got the money, I saved the money. A girl had the money to play the game, to get the game, I got you, okay? So of course I got it. I kept staring at it throughout the whole bus ride home because I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to play it. So then I played it. I thought it was awesome. It was pretty fun. But then I rage quit because that boss battle Brutalis, no. I cannot beat that guy. It took me so long. I had to restart the game so I can grind more. It was such an epic fail, and it took me so many tries, and then I finally beat him. And then I was just so fed up with the game. I didn't finish it. I should have. If it comes on PlayStation 4, I'll do it. But then I went on to 13 too. I finished that. I played that. But I didn't like that to be continued. Square Enix.
Lord, I know you're testing my patience, but all I want is Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3. That's all I ask, man.
You really know how to try people, do you? Why would you make it to be continued? I thought it was going to be a happy ending, but no, you had to do this. I was mad. After all that hard work, because I've been grinding, I didn't even have enough fragments, or the required fragments on the game guide that it taught me to. So what I did was, I decided, let me just try to do the fragment thing, well, the final boss battle with the less fragments that I had. It took me like an hour or so to beat that final boss in the first try. I was very happy. But I was not happy about that ending. That ending sucked. And I'm very disappointed in you, Square Enix. What?